I've just entered a Dacorum's Den competition, which has been held for local businesses, where 15 of us were selected out of 80 applicants to present to a team of dragons to pitch for a £1,000 grant.
It's why do I come every year, literally, to do this, and it takes a big chunk out of my week. And the reason is that without these companies trying to start, we'll never have the big companies. Because if all big companies started somewhere along the line as a small company.
Our idea is very much a social enterprise, so we are a not-for-profit organisation, and we are there to help people, not only the people that are going to be working for us, adults with learning disabilities, but also the people working here at the business park, so that they've got a cafe where they can get their lunch during the day.
This year it was done because it was such a success last year. We had people that won the money that have gone from absolutely nothing. One of them's trading now with Harrods, one of them's gone from part-time to full-time, and it's made such a difference to them that's why we decided to do it again.
The idea behind JUICE is to develop and construct renewable energy projects in the area of the Grand Union Canal. We've just in the process of completing the financing of our first project, which is a solar project in a local school. And the really exciting thing about the concept is that local investors actually finance the project. So people like you and me can own shares in solar panels on a school.
A lot of them had a social purpose and wanted to put social benefit back into the community, and the more people in the local area that does that, the better the local area is in terms of quality of life for all.
For a life, I lived my life on drugs, managed to get off of the drugs, sorted myself out, and yeah, I remember turning around. My aim was, when I was on the drugs, is to have a normal life like everyone else, have a normal job. Managed to get off the drugs, found a full-time job, then got made redundant after 8 years of working for the company, couldn't find work, and was doing some voluntary work with offenders in Hertfordshire. Really enjoyed it, and then decided to set up my own business helping the same client groups.
That I've been working on this too long. I should have just gone for it. But it is a real boost, and if you just come forward, even using business centres, they'll give you help and support, and any idea, no matter how big or small, just go for it, you never know.
Wicks Ice Cream is based in Tring, based from our home kitchen currently, and we use local ingredients from a local farm, so we use all our dairy and cream from a local Guernsey herd. Where possible, we use fruit locally as well, and we make our ice cream in very small 2-pint batches with our very small Italian ice cream machines.
I'm based at the Malo's town centre. I have a stall over there. I came today because Dacorum Den, they are trying to, if they can offer grant, to small businesses, to help them to boost up their business. So that's what I came here to do, a kind of presentation to see if I qualify.
It was nerve-wracking to start with. I did a lot of pacing beforehand, but they all made me feel really, really welcome. They were friendly, and it went really well. I'd spend the grant money on launching my cupcake decorating classes, and that would be spent on equipment for the classes, advertising and IT equipment.
We gave a presentation on what we would like a particular piece of money for, and for us, on an average day, we spend 3.5 hours watering just the greenhouse. So on a day like today, which is very beautiful and sunny, it's much fun unless you are in the greenhouse having to do all that watering, and in particular we have to do that very early in the morning or very late at night because the sun would scorch the plants if we water them.
Well, it's always a bit scary doing these kinds of things because they're very important, and we really, really want to get the grant. So we hope it was okay, despite the nerves, but very nice people in there, and I think our answers were okay, so fingers crossed. We'll have to wait and see what they think.
Basically, it will enable me to get all these partner organisations and all this housing charities and stuff like that together to talk about my idea and see if we can identify a property and be able to set up a little pilot, hopefully.
It can have a huge impact. It's if we base it on last year, where we've had a year since, so we can see how the money's helped them take their businesses forward. We have a couple of people that have taken people off the dole, and so they are now working. We've had a couple of people that were just sort of doing it as a hobby that are now doing it full time, so they've increased their business. They're looking to employ. In fact, one of them is now looking to take on an apprentice, so that will be another person that they can help. And it has generally, it works with in the local community, some of the businesses, so it benefits people that work in the local community. It's helped with suppliers, it's had a real knock-on effect.
I initially thought this isn't for me, that I don't have the sort of business that they're looking for, but I was told I was wrong, and actually I was perfect to apply for this. So just apply and do it, and I would say come in regularly and see your business advisor and make sure you take all her feedback.
Prepare. Don't think that we're just sitting there and we're not listening to you, we've already made our mind up. You've got to prepare, you've got to have a business plan. You've got to know what your market is. You've got to tell us what you're going to spend that money on, because we're going to make sure that money is spent on that. You're not just going to give you some money and say, okay, see you in a couple of months' time. We will check. But also for people that are not going to get money or get some money, we'll also give mentoring. We've got some real experts in business in the community that are going to go out and help those businesses and help those people.
It was very hot in there, but then again, we're in the middle of a sweltering summer after a freezing winter. They were great, actually, the panel. They were very friendly and very welcoming, and they put me at my ease very, very quickly. And it seemed to go okay, he says. But then again, I suppose a lot of people would have said, it went okay. You really don't know.
The Dragons were sitting in a very hot room. They'd already sat through about 3 or 4 presentations, and I had ice cream in my hands. I knew I was onto a winner then.
I started my own beauty salon 9 years ago, which we sell and use dermatological products. I noticed in the last few years there was a drop in sales from the salon, probably mainly due to people going on websites to get it cheaper. So we thought we would join them and see if we can offer them a better deal. Where we are now is we need to take it to the next level, and that involves promoting awareness of the co-mediation process and the benefits of it, so people understand it and think of it as a first choice option rather than going to a solicitor. So that's where we need the help.
Someone had an idea and took that risk and stepped into the plate, and sometimes they're successful straight away, but in most cases they're not, and they need a helping hand. Helping Hand is here today.